Hey guys, so I'm going to show you how to touch up paint on your car. For this you're going to need 4 things. First you're going to need your paint stick. I have mine right here. This is the box. I think they use a generic box for all the paint colors. But mine's PW7. I have the bright white Dodge Charger. You can get the actual Mopar paint, which is what I have. I got it on eBay for $10 or $11. You can get really cheap paint too, and it comes out of China. It takes like a month to get here. It's like $5 or $6 maybe. I had originally purchased that, and I went canceled once I realized that I could buy actual Mopar paint for a couple dollars more and get it in 2 to 3 days. So I wouldn't recommend getting the Chinese one. You just don't know if the color's going to match. I'd rather get the actual specified color from the paint manufacturer of this car. So I got Mopar PW7, that's for bright white. The way you find out your paint color, if you don't know, you can look it up online, but the easiest way is to just come over here on your driver's side door, on the actual door, and you've got a label right here. If you can see, it says paint. Right there in the middle, paint PW7, that's my paint color. So it's going to be different for every car, obviously. Not every car, but every color. You know, if you've got a red car, you're not going to be PW7. So once you got that, you also need alcohol. And some soapy water. That's optional, but it recommends alcohol just to get all the oil and grime and whatever off of the dings and places you want to put paint on, just so it'll hold better. I'm just going to use my paint and a rag. You know, this is my personal car. I don't really care too much about, you know, getting it looking perfect. I just want to generally fill in the block dots on my car. Because everybody knows the white Dodge Chargers, you know, underneath is black. So if you get a ding, it shows up very easily. You know, it's not a black Charger, so we can't hide it. So I've already done a couple of areas. Let me show you a couple of different ones I've already done. So this is the first area. I'm not even going to go into how that happened. But this is actually showing metal right here with some deep gashes. This is on the second coat. It's about halfway through drying. That's why it looks a little depressed in some areas. Oh, I didn't mean to touch that. It looks a little depressed in some areas. It's not. When it dries, it tends to dry flat. Just that's what I've seen on the first coat. So this is the second coat going on this. You know, when you go up close, you can see it. I don't know if the top coat is gonna help or make that less visible. But once you move out a foot, 2 feet, you really can't see it. I mean, here, this is maybe 3.5 feet away from the car, and it's not visible. I mean, that's gone. So, you know, it's great for that purpose. We're not trying to do a professional job. You know, if you want to do like a really good job, you could sand it down and paint it, and then sand that down, and you know, not everybody's got time for that. So another one I did was over here. I actually had a pretty big paint chip missing in this area. You can see it right here. I believe this is only 1 coat. It might be 2 coats. I don't remember if I've done 2 coats on that yet. But, you know, that filled in pretty nicely. That's been on there for about an hour now. I'm going to go back and do another coat on that. But, I mean, once again, it's obvious when you're up close. Nobody's going to notice that unless you point it out. You know, once I move out a couple feet, you don't even notice it anymore. It's gone. Here you go, let me focus. Nothing. So, I have some other dings. Most of these dings are actually already on the car when I got it. I've had it for about a year now. So this right here was already there, and somebody had gone in and painted it prior to me, and it was bad. I mean, that paint was yellow. It was obviously touched up. It didn't match the color of the car. I don't know if maybe that was that Chinese paint. Yeah, this is my new touch-up. I covered up the old touch-up. You know, it was even past the actual dings. You could see the yellow paint around. So I covered that up. And that's on 2 coats now. And again, move out a couple of feet. It's gone. And so the ones I'm going to do for you right now are actually right underneath. I don't know who was driving this car before me, but man, they got so many paint chips on here. It's ridiculous. The only one that I got was the one on the door over there that I showed you, and the one on the fender, the wheel fender, which neither were actually me. Somebody else did that. So I've already wiped this down with alcohol. I've already gone over it with the rag, but I'm going to do it again for you. So you're going to spray alcohol on that, wipe it down, and really put some elbow grease into there. I was actually recording a video earlier, and I started to fill it in, you can see here, and my cat came and was knocking my hand all over the place, so I got a little bit of paint on the chrome there. Anyway, so this is what the paint pen looks like. So this is what it looks like when you get out of the box. It has a little plastic piece right here just to keep it still in the box, but you pull that straight up, it comes off. And then this is what it looks like. Down here is the top coat, and it screws off from right here. I made the mistake of opening it this way. Don't do that. Open it this way, because this is filled with top coat. If you open it upside down, it's going to spill out. So this just unscrews right here, and then there's a brush with top coat in it. The actual paint is in here and all through here. So I don't know if this 2 times a quarter fluid inch is actual paint or includes the top coat. I'm assuming it's top coat and paint, so you're getting a 1/4 ounce of actual paint, which is tons considering, you know, how small these dings are. So they recommend that you wipe it down with alcohol, and you take, get closer, you take this side right here, and you're gonna first wipe down the whole area and then scrub this down. I already did it on these, and it basically, it's an abrasive tip, so it kind of roughens up the area so the paint will stick better. So once you do that, you could go over it with alcohol again if you really want the paint to stick right. Like I said, I don't really care. So you're gonna pop off this abrasive tip, and I know my car needs a car wash really bad. So this is what the tip looks like. I've already done a couple of dings. So when I'm done, I'm gonna take the end of that rag, wet it with some warm water, and wipe this down so it's not all crusted on there. But basically what you're gonna do is what I've been doing anyway, is I stick it in the middle and then I push really quickly, and that releases a little dot of paint. You have to be you don't push down too hard or for too long anyway, because it releases a lot of paint very quickly. I don't think I even have that on camera. So there's that one done. And this is, I'm assuming, all scratches. I don't know. Whoever this was, they drove into something, because it's straight down through the middle of it. I don't know. Is there anything? Yeah, there's nothing down there. Camera's having a hard time focusing. Alright, so we'll do the other one. This is all scratches too. I just said that. But I'm not going to even worry about that. That's going to take a little bit more than a paint stick. I'm just worried about the black. That's my main goal here. So again, really quickly, you got a dot of it, and just move it around. Don't keep pushing, just push just to get a little bit of paint out, and then you just move it around where you need it to be. And that's actually too much. Try and transfer some up here. There you go. Because I don't want it to, you don't want it so much that it drips. It tends to, the paint is pretty thick, so it tends to just flow where it needs to go. But you also don't want too much, because then it will start running down. So I just, all of a sudden here, saw this one. This is all bugs. This is not dents or scratches. This right here is, though. So I'm going to wipe that down. Just wipe down this whole area. Then again, take the abrasive tip. Sand that down a little bit. Wipe it down. And then, same process. Quick dot. Well, it's starting to dry up. Well, the tip is starting to dry up. Okay, there it goes. So, then just slowly move it around where you need it to be. Again, don't keep pushing down, because you just keep releasing paint. And number one, you'll waste it, and it'll start running. So that's it. That's actually, again, too much. It's going to take some practice to be able to press it really quick and release. But that's it. You can see where I put them. These are probably going to take another coat too. Once it's dry, it's a little translucent, so it actually shows a little bit of the gray. It's black underneath, but it shows up gray with that first coat, so I'm going to go back with another coat. 2 coats seems to do it. I only put 3 coats on the door with the gashes because they were really deep gashes and I wanted to fill in the actual gash. You know, the color was covered up, it was white, but I wanted to fill in the actual missing areas with paint. I don't see anything else. It looks too bad. I might do this right here because it's, man, I really want to know what this person did. Actually, these yeah, these seem to be where there's some screws or something. I don't know. They seem to be in the same exact areas. Let's see if I can fill those in too. Actually, these might be the guides for a license plate mount. That seems to be what it is. I'm just going to leave that alone, actually. I don't see anything else. Sorry I'm out of breath. I've been running around taking the car apart and doing stuff and whatever. So here's another area I did. If you look at that, that was, again, I bought the car like this. The dealership was too cheap to spend a couple minutes and fill them in for me. So these have just been there since the day I bought it. I need to still fill these in right here. I need to pay attention to how this is focusing. So you can see I believe I filled in the top of it. This has been on there for about an hour. I need to fill in the rest. So I'm gonna wipe that down. And then just, these are the easy ones, the lines, because the paint tends to just flow where it needs to go. Yeah, mine's tip's starting to dry out. Okay, let's wipe it down. Alright, so wipe down the tip.